Okay, next we're going to shape with the end cutter everywhere that's marked with the dashes, and we're going to shape with the edge cutter everywhere that's marked with the bold line. Then after that we'll go and cut and sand the feet angles. So let's work on number 9 next, which is the ends. I'm going to take all of these guys over to the shaper. The end cutter comes first. We'll do all the dashed marks. Then we'll move over to that shaper to do all of our bold, solid bold lines for both the rails and the stiles. These are done one at a time. You go face down. So face down like this, up against this block, and up against this block. You see where it says push wood to here. And it can be anywhere along here because that block is on this right fence like this, and then clamp it down. Now notice we got our little air hockey table here. There's also instructions written on this board. Place piece face down to block here and to block there, then clamp. Now please watch your fingers. That yellow tape is there for a reason. You can imagine not paying attention and clamping your finger. That hurts a lot. So watch it. Clamp. Turn this on, we twist the red, twist the green. Slowly feed it that direction. Nice and slow. After feeding true, release it. That's the cut we just made. And you'll notice we get this tear out. That's normal, but we can minimize it by going slow. Let's do the other end. Dashes go down against this block and against that block. If you're not paying attention and you accidentally put them face up, you'll be making a new piece. Nice and slow. The slower you go, the less tear out you have, and that's a good thing. Okay, we got 3 more rails to do. You'll also notice that after feeding it through, don't bring it back through the cutter. Pull it out, then bring it back. If you bring it back through the cutter, it'll double cut it, and it'll make it sloppy because it cuts too much. Okay, there's all the ends. Now let's do the edges. That's done on this shaper. We're going to do all 8 of them now. For this guy, we're going to turn the shaper on here, the white button. This needs to go turn on power feeder to here, arrow to where that turtle is. There's turtles and there's hares. Those are universal symbols for slow and fast, so we want to go slow. Your piece goes line down against the fence and into the power feeder, and it'll take it through. That's the cut it makes. Now this cutter tends to push the wood away from it, so you got to run it twice. Pay attention to what you're doing. That line has to go down. You can always also take another board and hold it tight against that fence. Do not use your hand. Use another piece. Excellent. That little feather can just break off, and you can see how that joint lines up. Slides in like that. Little feather right there. Okay, let's do the other ones. Line down. Pay attention to what you're doing. If you go line up, you'll be making a new piece. Line goes down and against the fence. This rail was cut improperly, and I want to show you what it looks like so you see the difference. Let me get the other one. So we've got the edge cut on both and the end cut on both. On the correct one, do you see how this groove and this tenon line up with each other? On this one, they don't. There's the groove, the tenon, and there's the groove. The curve on this one is down, the curve on this one is up. So what has happened on the incorrect one is they ran the dashes down on one cutter and then ran the solid bowed line up on the other cutter, thereby inverting the two cuts. This is now no good to us and just has to be thrown away, and we have to redo it. So lines always go down. Okay, now the big long stiles also want to get run through, and we're going to go line down against the fence. They also need to go through twice. Excellent. Last thing now, to cut that foot angle. I'm glad that I drew on the top and on the bottom, because it's really hard to see up there now that it's been cut away. So I can use the one on the back as a reference. That guard wants to sit about 1/8 inch high above the wood. That's safe. And I'm going to cut outside the line, a 1/16 or more if you need to. Don't cut off that line. We've got to save that line. And we don't want to come too far up into here. I'm going to line up the direction of that cut with the direction of the blade. Right? So putting it in straight, that doesn't work very well. So I rotate it slightly so that the straight of that blade cuts straight into the wood. Just like that. Leave that line there. Don't cut off that line. Notice I'm 5 for 5. I'm staying way back here. I don't want to get close to that blade. Better to go too far away from the line than to creep into it. If as you're going, you start going into that line, stop and pull it out. Don't try to recorrect it because it won't work. Just stop it, pull it out, and then redirect. Now we'll head over to the sander to clean them up. That line wants to be parallel to the sanding belt. So notice the angle that I have here that the leg is on, as opposed to trying to sand it like that and then rolling it. I don't want to round it, I just want that to be flat and clean. The bandsaw leaves a rough mark, and that's what I want to get rid of. I'm not going to sand off the line either. I will go right up to it, but I'll leave the line. Twist the red, press the green. Nice and easy. That's all it takes. Nice and clean and smooth. The line is still there.